But happy to help any of the piece. Some specialized parts that take us. There's two variations of the clutch, different models. Like we play one of the new
Southmont Borough Council meeting. Starting here in about 5 minutes.
Give you advice and well, he may have some connection to those parts, order parts before you know it. Yes, certified. There's no generic standard. Get somewhere else. That manufacturer specifically. Down to the newer variation.
It's really hard to get everybody in here the way they have this room set up, especially like this. Sorry. I guess we really don't need Todd.
Just a reminder, if you are going to provide public comment, that would be great. You want to talk about? He's a good guy. Yeah, he's one call. His wife calls. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Irby Wong.
Here.
Gene Coachella.
Here.
Bob Morgan.
Here.
Kevin Powell.
Here.
Sherry Spiker. Here.
All right, public comment, remind everybody that you have a 5-minute time limit. And when you give your public comment, please clearly state your name and where you reside. And then make sure that when you're addressing your comments, you're addressing those to council and other members in the audience. Debbie, do you have the sign sheet? First up, we have Larry Coball.
336 Orchard Street, probably all know why I'm here. Last meeting, it was decided to paint stop in front of the stop sign at the top of Olive Street, as well as to put 3-way signs on each one of the stop signs. To date, that hasn't been done. It's kind of disappointing because it is a safety issue, and I was told that it's not going to be done until spring. So unfortunately, if there's an accident and council hasn't acted in 6 months to do a safety measure like that, you know, they could be sued. There were 2 residents in the lower part of Orchard Street that approached me about the stop sign, about people going through the stop sign, going up Olive. Both are residents close to where Deb Rick lives, and I think she would agree that these people are, you know, just routine residents that don't complain a lot. The first one was Janet Hammond, and then the second was Marilyn Villa. They live on the lower part of Orchard Street, and so they're driving up, they, you know, sit at the stop sign in order to either take a left to go down Olive or to go up Orchard. And both of them said they've almost been hit because cars are flying up Olive Street, going right through the stop sign and almost T-bone both of them. So again, this is a safety issue. The police are no longer there. They did a great job the first couple of weeks. They pulled over multiple people going through that stop sign, but they're no longer there, so that's unfortunate. I know he has a big area to cover, but they could make a lot of money just sitting there pulling over people going through those stop signs all the time. I did talk to an Upper Yoder supervisor, I think most people know Paul Paoli, and told him about the situation. He said if that was in Upper Yoder, probably what they would do would be put like a red flashing sign on that stop sign for maybe a 2-month period, so people going up the street are alerted to that a little bit more. That was just his suggestion. He said he'd probably do it for like 2 months. And then Saturday night, another car went straight through the stop sign and went into the neighbor's yard. I took a picture of it. You guys can take a look at it. This continues to happen. There was a truck right there. Luckily, they swerved and missed the truck. That happens quite a lot in that address, and that's 332 Orchard Street. So again, please try to do something. I know you put the stop sign up, but a lot of people are not observing the stop sign. They're going right through it, and there is going to be a major accident there.
So the one thing that I will point out is if somebody drives through a stop sign and causes an accident, the person that drove through the stop sign is who's responsible, not borough. So.
But again, if the person who's hit feels that Southmont Council hasn't taken the necessary steps to make it a safe intersection, then you could be sued. I'm not saying that person going through the stop sign is not liable, they are. But Southmont Borough could be liable too for sitting on a safety measure for 6 months and not implementing it. So that and
on the list is John Klanch.
How you guys doing today? Good. Good. Thanks for coming. Appreciate everybody's participation. I'm going to keep my comments a little bit G-rated today because we have some smaller ears here. Okay. So came to talk about something very important today. When the founding fathers were deciding what were rights, they held the right to free speech as one of the most important rights we have. In fact, it's in the first part of the First Amendment, which reads, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peacefully assemble or to petition the government for a redress of their grievances. For the past year or so, I've been exercising my First Amendment rights. And what I have been subject to is what is called First Amendment retaliation. How? First, I discovered that Amanda Layton made some billing errors which caused our sewer maintenance to fall behind. Not our fault. But who must pay for Amanda's mistake? My family. I saw that you raised sewer maintenance to almost $600 a year. When before you forced every property to have sewer work done, when it was only $48 a year before that. Now, when I do right to know requests on the maintenance performed on the different streets regarding sewer maintenance, there are no records of any maintenance being done for the $600 a year that every resident is paying. You all voted to raise this bill to this amount. That's grievance number one. When my neighbor started complaining about a paper alley, you suggested that he sue me for the land that he never had any rightful claim to, and now I suffer. I did, if I so much as park a vehicle where I have for the past 30 years, or my family has for the past 46, I am subject to a 90-day jail sentence. How is that right, or fair, or ethical? That's grievance number two. Because of that court order, again suggested by this council's solicitor, I was forced to park my trailers on the street, which royally upset all of my neighbors. And when they petitioned the government for redress of their grievances, you not only infringed upon my rights, but you also decided to take away the rights from everybody else in the borough regarding trailers and trucks. Grievance number three. I've been subject to extreme police scrutiny. However, when I file any sort of complaint or report any sort of criminal activity that I'm a victim of, nothing gets done whatsoever. The burden of proof that I have to compare to anyone else complaining about me is ridiculous. Grievance number four. When I file a complaint, nothing gets done. Why? I had a conversation with Herb Ewald last week, and he stated that it's because of the language I choose to use. But it says in the First Amendment that you, Congress, shall make no laws abridging the freedom of speech. And furthermore, there is case law from all over this country that prohibits you, the government, from engaging in First Amendment retaliation, but clearly you do. So now I'm asking nicely, please, pretty please with sugar on top, can council please compel whomever to get the contempt order lifted off me so that I will not be put in 90 days in jail if I park in my driveway? Will you help me get my driveway back? The Gaborks haven't done any maintenance to it. I've sent Amanda photos, and I have asked her to have the codes officer file a complaint against them for never cutting the grass on their half of the paper alley that they had just had to have, and that they have taken me to court over 3 times. Please, I'm asking you. And could you please stop extorting $300 out of my family a month for the sewer maintenance? It's a huge financial hardship to my family. And can you please either enforce the trailer ordinance and truck ordinance or repeal it? And that means enforce it anytime there's a trailer found, okay? Because there's one on Violet Street that I've complained about many times and nothing's being done about. Pretty please. I'm asking nicely again, pretty please. There. I asked nicely. I didn't cuss at all, and I can guarantee you that you will all laugh at me in the executive session and nothing will get done to help me whatsoever. I tried nicely before and it didn't work. That's why I started not being nice. Okay? That's why I started acting the way I felt I had been treated by the government for how many years. How my family was and continues to be treated. I hope all of you don't choke on any of your turkeys on Thursday. That would be a real tragedy. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Sean and Amon Kelly.
Yes. Hi, Kelly. I do have a small issue. 4 feet and over 1.5 to 2 feet. That way I can get out of the way of the plows coming. We live on 1 Harding Street, and we enter through the rear on Shady Lane. And as you know, Shady Lane is quite a small street. It's a 2-way street, but it becomes a 1-way street when 2 cars are coming, and especially during the winter. And there's not much room, and I feel an extra couple of feet that I can get off the road will help the plow, because it's also the intersection, well, near the intersection where the truck turns and Shady over to, and that's just an extra room themselves. Oh, and one more thing, there's about 10 little kids that live there. And right at the bend there at about 14 Shady Lane, It's not a problem now, the weeds grow up, but there's a lot of kids that live right near that bend. And you might want to put a slow children's sign up around the middle of that bend. Thank you.
The weeds on private property.
And as you're coming around, they get to about 4 or 5 Langhorne. Still rate goes up. Thank you.
Cat has continued to pester ODB for the clutch, but we are waiting for ODB to send Bobcat the clutch. And once Bobcat gets the clutch, it should only be a day or two before we have the machine back.
You guys are out cleaning.
Yes.
You're out manually getting the weeds.
What's an ODB?
ODB is the manufacturer of the leaf machine,
And what went out? The clutch.
the clutch.
And you can't find anything that matches.
It must be an ODB clutch.
Dirty bastard.
They can,
With
they
that,
can clean, but they can,
We've been
they're
scooping.
doing it manually.
I know what you're doing, and I feel sorry for you. With that, we got kids next door to us, and there's a monster pine tree that's dead. And it's been dead for years.
It's in the back, it's in the alley.
And,
You know.
I don't know what it's not used, the alley isn't used.
Not ours either.
And,
It's not your tree,
but,
it's their tree.
It's nobody's tree.
well, it needs taken down before somebody gets hurt.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know the squeaky wheel gets the grease them.
Appreciate that, thank you.
Kudos for your judge.
The stormwater committee. Motion passes. West Hills Regional Police.
Month of October, the department responded to a few other notice of injury. Happy to say what was all packaged by our administrative secretary Judy and her daughter, so I'd like to thank them for that. The officers also participated in the Halloween parade that was organized by Westwood Kiwanis Club that went from the plaza to the Westmont Grove, where they had a nice party for the kids afterwards. And again, the night was pretty uneventful. On Saturday, October 28th, our department participated in the Attorney General's Office National Drug Take Back Day. What that is, as most of you know, in our vestibule at the department, we have a container there where people can come and dump their unwanted prescriptions, over-the-counter medications. That particular day, Officer Sinceri represented the department's collected he turned over a total of 80 pounds of unwanted drugs and medications to the Attorney General's office. Since we became involved in the program in 2018, we've collected over 870 pounds of unwanted medications so far, so that's pretty significant. Again, as I think was mentioned before, our department's participating in the Cambria County Shop and Cop program. I'd like to thank Southmont for taking part in that. Any residents, businesses, anything you'd like to contribute, you can get a hold of somebody in our office. We'll give them instructions on how to get the check sent in. Also, we're participating, and we have boxes in our office if anybody would have to drop off some tools for the kids. Other than that, I have nothing unless you have any questions.
Do we have anybody here from the fire? Engineers report?
The only thing I have to report is since the last time I was here in September, we did send a crew out to televise the storm sewer. Kristen Court notice and Edwards regarding the 511 Edwards. Kristen Court notice was all good, clear, and there was some sediment on Edward Street, so the camera got stuck, so we didn't complete inspection out there. Other than that, I wanted to come congratulate Attorney Carbonara and drop off Christmas gifts. So,
I don't know if the folks in this room are aware of it or not. I grew up in that area up there. That area they're talking about on Edward Street was a swamp before. And it's all become a swamp. There used to be trees, and frogs, and all that. Up in the borough, but you can't. They try to work on residential property. They were probably not aware of that. Like, it was full of toads and frogs.
It's a Southmont.
Todd, I wanted to ask you, how many more laterals have to be done? Amanda, how many?
Yeah, there's three. Two already have the water shut off, and then there's the one up on State Street. And then we have the list of commercials that needed inspected.
So as soon as it rains, you can do a lot of, are you gonna do that? Or
probably a combination.
Okay. So hopefully, you'll be giving us a report maybe in December of the meter, because you have meters in there.
Yeah, they're still in.
Okay, well, could we have a
We'll probably take them out.
kind
before
of
the next
meter
meeting.
reading till we,
Yeah,
in December, to let us know what's going on?
yeah, we usually
Because
take
we
them
gotta
out.
get, we're supposed to have this 625 EDUs till the end of the year. Are we gonna make it?
Is that extended?
625?
Is this
I thought it was
one?
extended for everybody.
What?
By 2 more years?
Yeah, I thought it was extended for till 2025. Is that right?
Is that extended?
We have to ask for that. We don't want to ask for that.
Yeah, we were back in the same boat. We didn't receive anything and we didn't ask for anything. The status quo remains. I know we've been we haven't really had much in the way of probably the correct type of rain event.
Certainly.
But no problem. I think their last kind of discussion with you and I was that they would want our data regardless of what type of rain events, and they would try to extrapolate whether or not we pass or not. I know we were awfully close before going into the additional
I understand.
lateral.
What I'm talking about is the deadlines.
I get it.
We don't, we're just going with the flow and not asking for an extension or anything, whatever.
No, we submitted a flow reduction plan in March of this year. I mean, so that checked the box. Now that ball was in DEP's court, they've never, I mean, they had one phone conversation they had with us, but.
Yeah, but I thought the drop dead date was December 31st this year.
No, I'm almost positive we proposed a new schedule in that flow reduction plan.
I think it was a wait and see how this year went and
Yeah.
and determine what we would do, if anything, next year.
So we don't have to request an extension.
I don't believe so.
We're just taking for granted that we're going to do it.
I think we're in a good position on where we are with the flows and our legal position. I'm not overly concerned. I know other people are worried because they got problems. I actually don't think the borough's got a lot of problems. I think the borough's in pretty good shape as it relates to their sewer system.
Okay. But Todd's got to let us know if December meeting.
Yeah, I'll get the meter data together.
All right, zoning officer report.
It should have been in your packets. They just approved 2 permits, I think, and they're working on property maintenance stuff also.
We have, down on Franklin Street, is that on?
Yep, that's one of them. Yep, they started sending out notices, I think, Friday.
Man, he wants to. Property on top of 4, I think it's 311.
409, 411.
Yeah.
That just got, they sent those notices out again. We had to restart the process, so.
Yeah, because it's gonna be, you know, they're not Southmont property, they're Prospect property. He said it was a good
maybe Mike, this is a question for you. If they're not paying their reserve on the water bills, the city's the Greater Johnson Water Authority is gonna pull lines. So once they pull those lines, then we need to condemn those houses.
I'd be leery of using the word, I wouldn't want them to become the borough's responsibility per se. That's a determination to be made maybe at a later date, but you're right. So the county's getting backed up, that's not how it's come into, if somebody wants to buy them and fix them up with. They may end up just coming down. Yeah, they've essentially been abandoned. There's no water, there's no sewer, they're not paying their taxes, and typically they've been sold through judicial sales a couple times until the people who buy them realize what shape they're in, and then they abandon them again. It kind of becomes a circular thing. I mean, the borough could probably obtain them, but then they have to pay for them to be torn down. The legal issues related to that crossing guard situation with the school district. Okay. Sure. All right, street commissioners report.
So that, nothing else to add to it.
All in favor?
All stick together.
Makes them easier to scoop that way.
They didn't give you any time frame on the clutch. Is there any way we can rent a leaf back from any of the other boroughs?
From the other boroughs, we have to,
They should be kicking
possibly from Upper Yoder, but it would be a night shift, not a regular shift, because they use theirs during the regular shift.
Have you tried that? I mean, trying to see if we could rent or borrow a leaf machine from another borough.
Yeah, we just have to do like an agreement, that way it comes under either, unless they're gonna send somebody to run it. So we just have to put under our insurance for the time.
Whether we've been having, I think it would be smart on our part to allow overtime and work on Saturday to pick up snow. Saturday, I don't like to pay overtime, but we're in a hole.
Borough to get authorization for Amanda to obtain another, either rent a machine or utilize a machine from another municipality if it's available under their terms and conditions.
And whatever overtime we need.
Yeah,
Here.
whatever overtime.
There's nobody around
But
other
that's it,
other municipalities that rent.
Hold on, it's fine.
You can't get it.
I would say both, whatever we need to do to get them up.
There's someone.
That we should try to lease or rent machine if possible. And also at the same time, the crew should be able to work overtime to get the leaves up.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
May I say something? Your leaf machine, you guys drive around and they start it and they stop it. They start it and they stop it. And they drive around and they start it and stop it. And that's where the clutch went. If you just let it go, turn the RPMs down.
When we start it and stop it, we only shut it down.
Carry on is out of
Or
order.
when we need to open up the back hatch. Is the PTO on when the back door's open?
We're gonna, just for everybody, because I know not everybody's at these meetings, so during public comment, that's the only time that anybody from the public is allowed to address us. Otherwise, we consider it out of order, so.
Naturally.
They call me out of order all the time.
All right. Mayor, Borough Manager.
I don't have anything else, everything's pretty much been covered.
Can we go back 1 second? The street signs, there's still some work that needs done on that, particularly, Sam, on Olive. We passed that ordinance like 2-3 months ago where we changed the parking So the sign that is on the tennis court side of Olive Street needs to be put on, wait a minute. Right now, the no parking signs on the house side, that needs to be moved over according to our ordinance. So right now, the no parking is on the tennis court side. And that little section that's between that stone house and the chain run there where the chain, that's where they're allowed to park now, according to the ordinance. But the sign, but they're following the signs and parking on right there before the bend on the tennis court side, so it's kind of dangerous. And I've had a lot of calls on it.
So are you saying they can park in front of that house? When you're making the
No,
right turn?
but not, there's a small section there where they used to park. Remember where they used to park?
Yes.
Right, not close to the curb, but from the house up to the legal limit to the stop sign. They're allowed. Yeah.
I agree with you, Sherry, there's a bottleneck there, certainly is. And you said they put a stop sign at the bottom of Olive, State, right? When you come down Olive Street, you have to stop at the bottom now?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, it's the no parking sign.
Yeah.
It's on the wrong side of the street. We flipped that a couple months ago on the parking ordinance, but we never moved the sign. So
Well,
it's
we
back
thought-
on the house side.
What we felt was dangerous, you come down Olive Street, especially at night, your headlights are shining straight into the pavement. As soon as you level up, there's a car parked there. You don't have time to react.
Right, that's the
That's
one.
why we wanna move it on the
Right,
other side.
and we did pass that. The sign just hasn't been flipped back over.
There'll be a stop sign there.
And, all right, also, have you, for stops, the stop signs, have you got all stops?
They're ordered, yeah. I'll check and see where they're at. They haven't gotten here yet.
We got a second, okay.
All right, mayor's report.
The only thing I have is, the other day I had the pleasure of speaking with Sean, and he showed me a sign. We just wanted it moved a little bit. On the surface, everything seemed like a very small, reasonable request, and I'm glad he took me up on my invitation to that day, show up here with his family.
Thank you. All right. Committee reports, administration, we had a meeting last week. We discussed the update to the no smoking ordinance and to include vaping. And we looked at, we had a meeting with the fire department. They're looking to implement a program to help recruit and retain new firefighters. And so we have action on that later in the agenda. And we also talked about the RFP for a new solicitor, because obviously Mike will be moving on into his new role, and we will need a new solicitor for the borough.
Is that going to fall under, personnel, admin, committee of the whole, when we get those
It'll be a committee of,
applications
it'll be
in?
a committee of the whole.
Just so I know what's going on there.
Audit.
Nothing on audit,
Budget and tax.
budget. Did everybody get a copy of this? So Amanda made these nice pie charts showing us where our money was going to, which, that was great. 31% of the highways go to highways and 30% go to police services, with the rest falling into payroll, admin, professional services, and this is going to fire services. So it's just a nice chart. I don't know if you guys have it labeled or not. If not, I can help you and fill you in on those. But, so that's that part. The budget. So the budget we're going to approve tonight advertising of the tentative budget, and then we will vote on the final budget in December. It includes a 1/4 mil tax increase for the fire tax. The borough did not increase the borough side of the taxes. And so with the final approval coming in December, the budget's pretty much the same as last year. We have about $46,000 dedicated to paving, $5,000 into the chain run reserve, and $10,000 into capital reserves, and the rest of it flows through the budget, as it did the year before. So if there's any questions on the budget, you can just let me know.
So you need approval of.
Yeah, we can do that now.
I'd like to make that motion that we advertise the budget.
All right, it's been moved and seconded.
Yeah, with the increase of the fire tax a 1/4%.
All right,
Right.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. Community planning and improvements, Richard.
Since we first time announced this, we were planning to have a meeting November 28th at 3 o'clock. I recommended there's no other meetings on that day. And this, for Doug Perry's suggestion, we'll hold this as a meeting of the whole. So everyone, all council members, are invited to attend. Chris Allison and others from the Camber County Planning Commission are scheduled to attend, and I'd like to see us talk more, not just, weather plan, but to start detailing, some of the specific goals and objectives that will be addressed in such a plan. And then the goal here is to, take a snapshot of the borough, but then, what special projects, what are we goals, what do we want Southmont to look like in 5, 10, 15 years, special projects. We will also look at economic and community development. We will need, if we decide we recommend to proceed with this, we'll need to find matching funds. And again, County Planning Commission can assist us with the application and help us consider ways to fund this. Again, next Tuesday at 3 o'clock here. And Mandy, you'll notify the council, okay? Questions? Thank you.
All right, emergency management.
Nothing this month.
Greater Johnstown Water Authority, Kevin.
Okay, we extended the RDM's contract to 2034. Reason being so that they could prepare a plan on the equipment they had to get, will have to get, and to make sure that their employees had assurances of employment. Plus, the contract stayed basically the same. There's a little touch-up work that is help water authority side. Yes. Also, there was discussion concerning North Fork Dam. The engineer, Gibson Thomas, is going to have to continue to do some engineering work concerning how they're going to
start construction, like bridges and so forth, off the dam, things like that. So they have to get somewhat of a permit, for some kind of permit for that. That was discussed.
They're draining that dam down low so they can do work on the dam.
Yeah.
So, I think the only other thing, community-wise, is anybody that has, is behind more than 2 years on their, what do they call it, the reserve, that $9 a month fee, they are going to start literally removing the lines, the water and the sewer lines on those properties. So, like for these two houses that we have on the boulevard, probably haven't had their, they're not current with their bills, then they will be sitting there without water and sewer lines, so they'll virtually be.
Yeah, they'll have to pay another tap-in fee.
Yeah, they'll have to run all new lines and pay new tap-in fees, whoever buys them from that point on. So that would just be for properties in our borough that.
Which we don't want down there. But the
No,
city
but I
has,
think we'll have a couple.
the city has like 1,200.
Yeah, total. Yeah, I think that's the total for the city and the boroughs.
Okay. All right, that's it.
Yeah. See, were you guys named in a lawsuit with the Westmont residents, borough residents?
Grass.
Over the sewer work?
Yeah, the insurance company's handling that. Okay, that's it.
All right, grants. We had received the grant through the Walkworks program to do an active transportation plan for the borough of Southmont. This will give us necessary planning so that we have the ability to go after larger grants to make improvements in our community related to streets. Part of the application, part of the funding comes through the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. And because of that, Amanda had to work on putting together essentially a duplicate application that was then submitted through DCNR to access the other portion of those funds. Part of that application is a resolution for signatures, and we need to approve resolution number 2023-08, authorizing signatures for the DCNR portion of the Walkworks grant.
You want that now?
Yes.
I'd like to make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All right, so moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Doug, is there interaction between the borough members and or the public with the consultants, whether this plan is being developed?
So we can't hire any consultants yet, but there will be a committee set up from the borough, and then there will be opportunities for public input at public input meetings.
Okay, good.
All right, insurance, Anthony?
Nothing for this one.
All right, stormwater, Sherry.
We've had another meeting. Basically, there's 5 municipalities, the city of Johnstown, Westmont Borough, Southmont Borough, Loriotta, Geisttown, that have been going to these meetings. And we did, Southmont agreed to be part of this impervious water study to determine an ERU, an equivalent residential unit for impervious services. So we agreed to $1,900 towards the study, and we agreed to go along with having EADS do it because EADS was representing 4 of the other municipalities. So that will be taking place, and they're just going to analyze the runoff from the residential properties and the commercial properties and see where we are. That's it on that.
personnel, I don't have anything to report at this time. Police, fire. All right, property maintenance, streets and sidewalks, Herb.
No, not too much to say, other than most everybody knows that the machine's done, we're doing our utmost to get the leaves picked up, because we know the white stuff's not too far behind us. So we hope that residents will bear with us another couple of days, and hopefully we'll get them off. If the Lord's good to us, like he's been the last week, we've had great weather. We have a long way to go, but we're working at it. And I hope that we get the machine back there sooner than we, and I think it's gonna be a two to 3 week deal, because we're having trouble getting the parts from the supplier. And then they ship the parts, and hopefully they're the right parts. If they're not, they have to ship them back to get others. And I've been in that business for a long time. I know what happens. You order the right part and they send you the wrong part, or you order the wrong part and they send you the other part. So it's going to be a battle until we get the parts in place. Vehicles right now setting up repair stations, they're making an estimate, and they're having trouble getting vendor to tell them parts are available or not. So you just got to bear with us, and we check it daily to make sure that, you know, they're trying to stay on track. But, we don't have the time. It's too bad it happened this time of the year, because, you know, it could have happened at the beginning of the season. We thought the machine was A-okay, because we had the engine replaced, and this happened. So it's not that we're not trying. So just bear with us for another couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll be out of the woodwork. Thank you.
All right, Shade Tree Committee, Richard.
No. I asked Amanda to report, we did approve, the tree expert, Jim Snag, to, $4,000 to prioritize, tree repair, tree trimming, and tree removal. And Amanda's been working with Jim. Has that work started, or is?
No, not yet.
Okay. But it will be completed this year? Okay. How many actual trees do you expect?
At least 3.
We get modest, but we do that every year.
Up there on Gardner Street where Sukas lives, there's a tree that's very dangerous there. I think we should put that in the top part of the priority.
Yeah, that's on our list.
She's been after me 2 or 3 times. Want to know when we're going to do it. I said, it's on the priority list. When it's going to get done, I don't know. But I think we should move back to the top of the list, because it's been reported a couple of years now. It's really getting bad.
All right. New and old business, we already approved the budget. Advertising. We need to approve advertising ordinance number 547 that increased the garbage fee.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, approve advertising ordinance number 548. This is the tax mill ordinance for the fire increase in the fire tax.
We approve the advertisement for ordinance number 548.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Approve advertising ordinance number 549, Young Lungs at Play.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approve Everstream Small Wireless Facilities application for Luzerne and Menachra.
Could you explain that a little bit?
Amanda?
So they're gonna be installing fiber optic lines up there. It's just a small section of right where Luzerne meets Menachra. So it's not really gonna affect us too much. They're using existing poles
That doesn't have anything to do with the internet.
No, it's a business only fiber optic line, so.
I'll make it.
Why?
So we have a motion, I need a second.
Second.
Okay, moved and second, further discussion.
Discussion. On this agreement, or this paperwork that we were given, number 7 says contractor shall replace all driveways, sidewalks, or disturbed services. So, do they have to get right-of-ways on those, or are there gonna be right-of-way agreements, or do they?
I think that's the agreement that you're doing, is they're gonna already, they're asking for permission to go over the right of ways.
To require right-of-ways?
No, we already own the right of ways, that's what they're asking
So
permission
we're
for
giving
us.
them permission?
Correct.
Okay, so the homeowners are involved?
Correct. I mean, I can only speak, I don't know that for certain, I can just say their request is to be in our right of way.
Now, that's,
Will we be giving the homeowners notification that their driveways or sidewalks will be torn up, or?
That's part of this, they're required to give them notification.
Okay, and because it's on our right of way, the homeowners don't have any say-so in it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, generally speaking, the carways we have X amount of feet.
Yeah, what I have in my mind is, the portions of the driveways that are down and what they're gonna be replaced with and what they're gonna look like and what kind of jobs they're gonna do replacing those. So they're gonna be tearing up driveways?
I don't know that for certain.
They shouldn't be, they're going on existing poles, so that's probably just a technicality.
It says here in number 7, contractor will replace all driveways, sidewalks, other disturbed surfaces to a condition equal to or better than the prior existing conditions. So they're responsible for
It appears to be pole work,
Right.
but. All
And
right.
that's only new construction, Bob? Is that just new construction?
That's for this.
yeah, that's.
But I mean, because we can't get that mixed up with our own programs.
So this will be like
Undergoing right now.
Eric Munster's house and Mary Emerald's.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Approve advertising request for borough solicitor proposals.
Make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Business items, approve ratification of payroll, 10/17/23
I'll make
to
that
11/20.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve payment of bills.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve transfers.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approve treasurer's report for October.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Accept tax collector's report for October.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carried. I need a motion executive for legal matters and personnel.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Executive. All right. Thank you, everybody. We're moving into an executive session. There will be action after the executive session.
Hi, everyone. Let's say bye. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thank you.
When you get
Say
home.
bye.
I do want to.
Sorry.
That's on their work order.
It's snowing.
When they get out of snow, when they get snow. Yeah, I told them about it.
That's something you're gonna have to learn. Safety when you read. We're not gonna take that. Thank you.
Doesn't anybody have it on
Considering it, you'd have to contact sediment from Edwards. Correct. So it's not a problem.
What do you have there?
His father has it ahead of his house, cleaned out his father's house. It is hazardous, I know.
Mine's like, was it, is
I
there
know.
a chance to be beyond that
Well,
line?
I have to
But
call Penn State, maybe they'll come up with it.
it's down below, yeah.
How was safety clean?
Yeah, I mean, for all, and I see, I was up there before the camera inspection. and it's
Safety
actually-
clean.
I don't recall if it's your
Yeah, I
dad's
don't think,
roof
yeah, I
leader,
don't
neighbor's
think
roof
so,
leader,
no.
it's popping out.
You can't throw it down the drain, you can't put it in
And
the
the
garbage.
sidewalk's that
No,
low
you can't.
compared to the curb and the grass.
It is very, it's very,
7-10 pounds.
With the road leader.
yeah, it's, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's outside and
But
it's
it's so
garage or
much,
outside.
it's like, it's can't all come out of that.
Okay,
But,
well,
Have a
keep
good
on
evening,
trying.
sir.
Appreciate what you said, bud. Thank you very much. Thank you, thanks.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, it's in the basement, that's the biggest concern is the basement. I mean, leave the sidewalk as it is, I mean, it's dangerous in the winter time, but it's like, the basement is the problem.
So I would recommend a sump pump or a series of sump pumps.
Right, we're just trying to exhaust the possibilities that it's coming from not their property, it's originating on borough-owned property. You know, when the utility company did the gas line, did they excavate, clay?
Yeah.
And is that causing it now? Because I know you heard Herb saying there, it's always been a swamp. Well, he hasn't lived, if I live on Edward Street. I mean, I've been there, you know, it's not been like that all the time.
Right. I believe it. I mean, there's
So
no doubt, there's something to be said about the precipitation events that we're seeing. I mean, they're different, you know, they're more severe, more intense.
But if it is the matter of clay being excavated, that's the difference. What could be done there? Sort of,
Well, Herb's not wrong. I mean, to protect the basement, you got two options. You French drain it to get the water to drop below the basement elevation, you pipe that.
Right, no.
Or put a sump pump in, and that's doing the same thing.
Right. You know, I'm in about the utility company excavating the clay. Like if that was there under a road,
Yeah.
and now it's not.
Well,
Because it wasn't done on their property, the excavation was done
on the street right away. Yeah. So as far as like the sewer is concerned, we built a big French drain coming right down Christine Court. I mean, that thing's full of shale. The clay came out, new pipe went in, and it was backfilled up to the asphalt with shale. So, I mean, it's, all the sewer trenches are like that. That makes sense. And everything in the street is full depth snow. So.
I'm not trying to visualize, I might.
Yeah, I mean, our trenches were probably on average 30 inches wide.
Oh, in response to what the utility company did?
No, when we did the sewer job, like I went up there to see what the gas company did, but like every street you see the patch up the road where the sewer line went, that's effectively a giant French drain. I mean, all the clay that was in there on top of the old sewer came out and it got hauled off to a wayside. And we put clean stone all the way up to the asphalt.
Oh, gosh. So you're saying they should actually improve or been equal to that buffer?
Yeah, I mean, from Kristen Court, we had a huge French drain.
The water technically should flow through the shale along the line of the pipe and go down the road.
Yeah. Now, if your parents haven't seen their lot and that slope behind their house, I can certainly see water flowing naturally from the top of the hill underneath our French drain, because there's so much gradient down to where the house elevation is.
Yeah, so maybe it's an issue of something that happened in Upper Yoder to exacerbate that, or maybe it's just the increase in precipitation that's.
Well, I think that's part of it, because the groundwater table is just naturally higher, which puts more pressure on a foundation. And in reality, every year a house gets older, it gets a little bit weaker. I'm not saying it's gonna fall over, but, you know, I've owned a couple houses where when I bought them, I didn't get any water in the basement. And over time, damn, got a little trickle over here, You know, something went wrong.
Now, water will find every mistake
That's right.
your contractor ever made.
That's it. Water always wins.
It's
That's
gonna,
what my dad always said.
it's gonna find, no matter what, yeah, I mean,
Correct.
and it's and you have to use the most common sense to figure it out.
Yeah.
Where is it gonna go?
Correct.
So if your house isn't situated at the bottom of a hill, chances are you're gonna wake up at some point in your life with a fucking basement full of fucking water. I mean, I live on top of the hill, so I have a dry basement.
Right.
Okay,
Correct.
I have never had water in my basement other than from sewer backups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That were
back to
on
drain.
me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Never have I ever had, but there's but like you said also, okay, there's also probably 3 foot of gravel the whole way around the house.
Correct.
With a French, with the and you guys have done it, okay, the pipes that go down, from the roof, they go down into that.
Yeah.
They're not connected.
Right.
It was done right.
Correct.
One of the few. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong about something. When these systems were designed originally, okay, when people used to have their downspouts routed
Combined
in,
system.
okay,
They were designed.
wasn't it designed so that when in a big rain event it would flood the rain coming down would flush the
system.
Am I right?
Oh yeah.
So by the DEP mandating that can't do that anymore, hasn't that effectively, can't use those words, ruined the system that was originally designed to work in a certain way?
It compromised it, absolutely.
Okay.
Because the newer pipe is designed with the friction coefficient is much less compared to the old stuff.
Okay, so ask
you don't have
me this too. So say, you can indulge me. Okay, this is absolutely, you're just indulging me. Okay, you're an engineer. That's why I'm asking. Okay. So if whenever somebody in the DER who probably has stock in some kind of PVC pipe corporation, right? Okay, wait a minute. My Uncle Jim's PVC Pipe Corporation needs a big kick, so we're going to mandate that everybody has to carry fucking basements. Okay, let's do it, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't somebody go, the system that's in place now works perfect. Or as perfect as we're going to get, okay? And to further my point, okay, they make us do all this work in every house that feeds into Dornick Point, right?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to go, hey, guess what? We have to fix Dornick Point now.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, I know. And okay, so we're paying $600 a year to maintain the pipes. Now it'll be $1,000.
Well,
okay.
that's a lot of
that's
that.
what should be done in the first place. Is fix Dornick Point.
Well,
That's
there you go.
okay.
So, I mean, kudos to these folks for not just caving to the JRA way and saying, we're just going the nuclear approach. We're doing everything outside, and we're gonna make them fix everything under the basement. Because there's a lot of communities that did that, and they're worse off compared to Southmont. It's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all solution.
My opinion, there's a big opinion of a lot of people that if they never would have done anything in the first place, okay, terracotta pipe's permeable, correct? Right. But that's factored in and designed, right? Okay,
Well, generally, the old systems went bigger pipes.
Right.
Because you had your stormwater with your sanitary water.
Right.
But when they designed them, they had outfalls, relief into the stream. That's where the problem started.
Right.
1970, when they passed the Clean Streams Law, it said, thou shalt not do that anymore.
But in 1970 that was passed.
I believe.
And wait, they were still making up rivers run orange in 1970, weren't they? Like it was still puking out sulfur water back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do anything about the mines destroying the whole. No. I better shut up. We're still alive. I might get killed.
So, yeah. You guys have a good holiday.
Yeah, you too, man. I mean,
Be safe.
I mean, everybody thinks I'm a prick, but it's just hypocrisy that drives me nuts. You know what I mean? Have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you. I don't hope you choke on your turkey. I hope you get yours down.
Yeah, I called them back and said that they listened to it with their tools and they didn't hear anything out of order. So. Yeah, I heard it again last time with those.
So they put a motor in the leaf blower, didn't change it, didn't put a new clutch in it too.
Yeah.
when they, put it to West Central.
Yeah.
And West Central had it for 2.5 to 3 months. Yep.
Like, was that Harry or was that you? Because you seem like you're smart enough to know.
That was done last year.
Order a fucking clutch.
That was done last year. The clutch was fine. It went out in use.
Well, I get it.
We were on Diamond to Lila, regular transitions from Diamond to Lila, and we heard the and we lost all control on how much suction we had. If it would have still been running full tilt suction, I don't think we'd have taken it down. We'd have just, shut it down, open up the back doors, turn it back on to dump it.
I had a 2002 Chevy S10 years ago. I bought it a couple of years old. And long story short, it needed a motor. It didn't need a motor. It needed a computer. Okay. I paid a lot of money for it. I bought it out of Burnworth. Burnworth has the worst reputation in the world, but you know what? When I tell you this story, you'll know why I keep going back there. Okay. Check engine light. I paid $12,000 for it. I would have paid $1,500 for it. I would have laughed and I would have got out. I would have tore the dash apart and ripped the bulb out. Okay. 2002 was my first OBD2. And it was running like my Blazer that I just put down. I was like, wait, I'm not making a car payment for something that doesn't run, right? Flashing check engine light, the whole nine. Cylinder 2 misfire. Okay. So long story short, it winds up down at Lightenberger's. When it's still Lightenberger's, okay? Still was the end of Lightenberger's down there. And I had the Attorney General on the phone, and I had several different people, okay, because what happened was I bought a lemon, okay? The proceedings for the lemon law had started, okay? The kid was like, thank God for people that stick like a debit card or something in the owner's manual of their car, right? His debit card was in the owner's manual, was in the owner's manual, okay? So I got his information, and hey man, I gotta ask you a question, right? I bought an S10 pickup truck here. Oh my, wait, what? You bought that piece of shit? Sure did. Wait a minute, is it running? Oh yeah, it's running just great. Yeah, no, it's not. It's got a check engine light, and I was like, shit, what did you do to it? He's like, I didn't do anything to it. He's like, I bought it like that. He said, and it just started doing that. He said, I took it back to Stager Chevrolet where I bought it 3 times. He said, that's the lemon one. He said, I started the proceedings. He said, I still wanted the damn truck. He said, every week, I'm calling him, where's my truck, where's my truck, where's my truck? He's like, no. He said, they had it sitting up there for 6 months. The head's torn off. He said, I had to keep going and renting a car. He said, I ran out of money. I understand that. So, long story short, he goes, so I tell you what I did. He was like, buddy of mine, we were out hanging out one day. He's like, we were out looking around. He's like, we went up to Spangler Subaru. He said, and I found the WRX, is that what the fast ass suit, He goes,
the nice little sport.
Right. And he goes, listen, I knew what my truck was worth, okay? He said, so I went up to Stager and I said, put that truck back together, please, okay? And they, it took them about 4 days to put it back together. They put it back together. He said, I linked it down to Spangler's and I traded it. He's like, no, he said, I had the proceedings started for the lemon law. I said, I absolutely, okay, so that's what saved my ass. Because I bought this car and a lemon law proceeding has been started on it. Now, when you buy a used car, there's nothing, okay? Sometimes, you've explained to me how, a little bit of honey or whatever, when you're dealing with somebody. So I had a friend who had a friend who worked in the Attorney General's office, and he put me together with her, and we had a little discussion. She was like, look, I don't have much jurisdiction over this. She said, but I might be able to just make a phone call for you, okay? So they determined that either that Burnworth was going to give me my money back so I could go buy another truck, okay? Pay off the loan that I had so I get the title and just get, okay, they would take the truck. Or I could go and I could find another Combo West 10. Thank God Buds out of Beaverdale had 6 of them like that. They were all automatics. Mine was a stick shift. I was stick on it. Stick shift, okay? So I'm getting to a good part here, okay, right? So where it's all going to come in, okay? So she gave me the option, if you want to fix the truck, because they were like, she was like, do you like that truck? And I was like, yeah. I was like, when I saw it on the lot, I want it, you know, and she was like, I'll give them the option, they can, you know, fix it to, you know, how you put a motor in or whatever, you know, and I was like, it's their choice, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna give them the choice, so gave them the choice, and they called me, you know, he said, hey, do me a favor, could you do me a favor? He said, I'll do it if you don't like it. He said, but I ordered a brand new, not a remanufactured motor, but I ordered a brand new Goodwrench 4.3 V6 for you. He said, you wanna go out and check and make sure that they didn't send a reman? Okay. I was like, yeah, sure, right? So I ran down to Burgers, and I was talking to the kids. The guy, his name was Max, okay? And I said to him, I said, listen. I said, I understand that the motor is on them, okay? And when the labor's on them, I don't want you to put it back together with that flywheel and that clutch. Please, save me the time and the energy and the effort of having to do it, you know? I said, just please, okay? And he's like, well, like, same clutch, same flywheel. I was like, please. Pretty please? And he was like, I don't see the difference. You know, he's like, fine. You want to do it, go get a clutch. Okay, so I went up to the place up on, Hornicks, right? Up on Scalp Avenue, up on where the clutch place, okay? And I bought new clutch, pressure plate, you know, the whole nine. Then I went over to I get Alberters, the GMC garage over where I buy all my Chevy parts over on Eisenhower. I bought a brand new flywheel, and I took it over to him. I was like, here, man, please. And he was like, no problem, you know. And I was like, you know, I need the core for the flywheel, you know, please, you know. So, yeah, no problem. I'll give it all to you, you know. And the reason I said, you know, is when you change a motor, you change a fucking clutch too. Let me say, unless you're not fucking with the flywheel, you know, but you spend the $150, whatever it is, $200, I guess it's $200 now, whatever it could, even if it's $1,000, okay, you change that clutch. So, yeah. Sorry for the long-winded.
You're good.
But you got what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, this was decisions that were above me, and
I understand that.
Also technically above my predecessor.
They got 3 estimates and they took the lowest one, and they probably weren't even offering. Well, you probably want a clutch in there too.
Everybody always gets the lowest bid for the job.
And you want to and you know what the funny? What I don't understand is, company like wherever you took it to, why don't they just go? It's for the government. They will pay whatever. We will do the best parts, best job, best thing, and we'll give them the, you know.
The initial motor repair went down to West Central.
Yeah. Where are they at? I don't know where they're at. I've never heard of them.
The closest one for us is just outside of Pittsburgh.
Well, 22 or something?
It's something like that, yeah.
Okay.
They had to order a special tool just for our clutch.
What kind of?
It's a John Deere motor.
Okay, what kind of machine is it? Who made the machine?
ODB.
Old dirty bastard makes machine. Okay.
It is 2002.
Okay.
ODB 25 cubic yard.
Okay.
Leaf machine.
Yeah.
Our motor no longer matches the model because they had to build us a half new motor.
Okay. What's one of these things run?
200,000.
Are you serious? Really?
Yes.
Okay. $200,000 for a new one, right? What's the used one? What's the one today, right now, what's yours worth? What's the one we have worth?
I would have to have it rough estimated, but I believe ballpark for about 100.
Okay. Have you guys got $100,000 worth of use out of it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
We've had a clutch replacement since I've been at the borough.
Okay.
The year I started, they had a brand new clutch installed, and it took fucking 4 months for U.S. Municipal to get the clutch from ODB to put one in.
Right.
And that was out, out in Huntington for that one.
Okay.
West Central was a lot closer.
$200,000 in taxes over the course of when did they buy that machine? 2002. So they bought it brand new.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 21 years old right now. Okay.
So, I'm talking, okay. Right, so, there's no ordinance on collecting the leaves. That is purely a courtesy that the borough does. Okay. I'm gonna want fucking money for a fucking courtesy for shit that's gonna just biodegrade anyway. Or if somebody would, or if we could just use the mulching mower, okay? Because you know what the funny thing is, okay? And you can confirm this, right? How many leaves did you, or have you in the course of your career here at Southmont? How many leaves have you sucked off of my side of Belly Street, specifically from my house?
Just not from by your house, your neighbor with the paper alley off of Hirschberg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know why? Two reasons. No. Two reasons. Number one, I don't have any trees that throw leaves, okay? And the trees that I have that throw leaves are in the woods, okay? And I think it's a completely futile exercise in stupidity to rake leaves, okay? I used to ride a motorcycle, and rake leaves are a real problem, okay? You know, they're a real problem for me and my Corvette, okay? The only thing that, you know, somebody bitch pissed and moaned about trailers being parked on Dahlia Street for how long, okay? But I have not seen one car parked there since, okay, number one. And number two, I haven't seen, all I've seen there is a big pile of leaves, okay? From, you know, so we had an ordinance that outlawed trailers so somebody could drag their fucking leaves onto the street and you can't pick them up. No, let me finish what I was saying here, okay, because I'm almost done, okay? Do you think maybe anybody that's reasonable might start going, you know what, fuck you people? When I put it that way, okay, you know, I get held to this kind of fucking standard, all this shit, and I pointed it out without using any swear words to appease everybody this month, okay? Just to prove that, and next month I'll come and go, hey, you know, last month I asked for help, and I didn't get an email from anybody, I didn't get a phone call, I didn't get a, hey, you know what? I didn't get a call from Mike Carmargo, you know what? As soon as I'm the judge, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through that work, I'm gonna fix it. Nothing. I'm not getting it. Okay? Why? Because I'm poor. Okay? The ordinance, it's ordinance 520, I believe, yeah, it's 520, the ordinance that authorized the borough to shut off people's water if they are behind in the sewer maintenance, okay? Up until about 6 or 8 years ago, it was $48 a year, and then they started increasing every year. Because they said, we're gonna do your sewers. We're gonna pay, you know, remember, you guys remember all that? I don't know if you've been, okay? But they said, we're gonna pay for the sewers, okay? But we're paying on the back end forever. We're paying for that job they did, laterals, forever. It's $600 for maintenance, okay? I did, and I've asked you off the record, and I've done right to know requests. I want to see the bills, the maintenance. What have you done to maintain the sewers, the sewer main on Dahlia Street? Have you run a hose through my lateral to maintain it? What am I getting for my $600? Okay, there's a question.
So that just the cost of the construction renovation?
No, it's for maintenance. It's for maintenance. Let's not infer. Let's. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. Let me calm down. Okay. No, it's for maintenance. It's $600 a year that we pay. Okay, for maintenance. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, those pipes should be cleaner than if I walked out of the bunny ranch in Reno. Okay, they should be clean. Nobody should have any backups, okay? You heard Kevin Pyle, the guy in Westmont has to sue. Yep. Okay, instead of them going, you know what, we really fucked it up, okay? He's got to sue the water authority now, okay? Yep. I don't understand why, you know, there are other communities, other places in the world where the government actually helps people. They don't just stick it to you, okay? The only thing I ever do is came down and, like I said, exercise some rights. I mean, you even told me, like, people don't want to hear, okay, well, whatever, okay?
Spoke well too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, and you know, it wasn't. So you know.
And you got support from the people inside.
I know, but you understand what I'm saying though. I have come down and I've asked for help. Okay, my neighbor came down and asked for help, and the help that Carbonara gave him was sue him. Okay, so then Creaney goes, well, you know what, you can't use that driveway ever. Even though you've had it, even though it's been yours your whole life. You can't ever use it ever again. Too bad for you. Okay, that's the order that I got. And furthermore, if you park there, if they take a picture and send me a picture, I'm putting you in jail for 90 days. You're in contempt, 90 days, no questions asked. That's why I've been parking on my sidewalk.
When you pull in on the paper alley, is there enough space for your vehicle to be completely in front of your garage door off the alley?
Yes, however, okay, because like I was warned, if I get a picture of a vehicle in that driveway, I don't care, this is the third time, you are going to jail for 90 days, Mr. Klanch. Tim Creaney, the judge, okay? Now, the pictures that were used in court, okay, you can clearly see my father backing the truck into the driveway. I said to him, I said, Dad, don't back in there. I said, because he's going to take a picture, right? Okay, that is blocking the driveway. So if I do, so yeah, can I park in front? Yeah, can I? But if somebody drives by and takes a picture of me backing a vehicle in there, I'm in contempt of court. So can I actually park in front of my driveway, or in front of my garage? No, I can't. Okay, that's number one.
I had to rip a retaining wall so I could fit my truck off the street.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, so, you know, that was the advice that was given to my neighbor, which harmed me, and I took it. Okay, I tried to fight the best I could back. Okay, and I tried to be effective, and that didn't work. So then I had to, because I don't really want to go to jail for 90 days over a driveway. Okay, I had to park my trailers on the street, which horribly upset. And I even explained to her, I sat in my truck one and explained to her why I was doing it. Okay, well, I don't like it. You know what? In 2018, okay, when I caught my Corvette on fire and I came pounding on the door to beg you for a fire extinguisher, and your now dead husband shut the door in my face, do you really think I give a flying fuck what you think? You wouldn't help me when I had a fucking car on fire. Okay? Is that very neighborly? And is it very neighborly to come down to a borough council meeting and go, I don't like what he does, so you guys better put a law in, okay? That's why you get somebody like me who just, you know, listen, I've taken. I got put in jail for 90 days for smoking pot when I was 25 years old, okay? I have had it with being picked on by, okay? And then when I point out laws that are wrong, you know what they do? You know, Like I said, okay, I've reported crimes, okay? Ed Fisher one time, okay, the probation officer came and busted down my door to get my ex-girlfriend out of my house, okay? With a arrest warrant, not a search, okay? In my house, not her address, okay? With an arrest warrant, not a search warrant. If you're in my house and they have a warrant for your arrest, they can't come into my house. They need a search warrant, okay? They didn't care. I said that I came home from Weehawken, New Jersey, my door was busted wide open, okay? I called Ed Fisher and said, somebody broke into my house, okay? I called 911, somebody broke into my house. Ed Fisher called me back 45 minutes later. Yeah, we broke into your house. Fire company, probation office, everybody, we broke into it. I was like, well, you left the door wide open if you did. Could you please come and secure it? No, you went off the phone. Okay? I called him out and he goes, I don't remember.
It's like rubber gloves to get that thing out.
So, you know, that's why I am the way I am.
All right, so we need a,
So I make a motion that we respond to the solicitor's letter to Westmont School District that we decline. Is that enough?
we
The request?
decline their request to pay for 50% of the school processing.
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to
So
adjourn.
moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. It can only be used for certain things at the fire department. And it was the order.
lights in here. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. There, I got the lights on. That's better. Okay. So thanks if you're watching. I appreciate that. There is one person watching. Thanks. Southmont Borough Council meeting. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. How you doing? Good. I saw you have a spider. We're not live. Oh, yeah, we're still live. I'm going to turn it off. You a skier? I saw a spider jacket. You a skier?
No.
No?
Yeah, just like that style.
Oh, okay.
We have lights on.
I turned this one on just so I could get myself.
I guess nobody stays here tonight.
No. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.